One of the most difficult things for people to do is to not procrastinate. It is very, very challenging for people to not procrastinate. After teaching thousands of students, I have seen procrastination in full force. If I look at my life as a student, I have seen procrastination in full force. If you look at your life, there's a good chance you have seen procrastination in full force. So let's stop the cycle right now. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 things that you can do that will help you squash procrastination. After watching this video, you're going to feel way better about your life and way better about what you're going to be able to accomplish. I am the Math Sorcerer, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not a subscriber yet, make sure to hit subscribe. I usually don't tell people to subscribe, but I've decided to do it in this video. First, you want to understand why you're procrastinating. So people procrastinate for 3 reasons. One is fear of failure. So fear of failure is a common one. People might be scared to do something because they are thinking they will fail. For example, maybe you have to study for a calculus test. You don't want to because you think you're going to not get it. You think you won't be able to do the homework. You think it's going to be terrible and it's going to suck. And so you just decide not to do it. That is the definition of procrastination. Lack of motivation is probably the biggest reason that people procrastinate, and it's actually one of the easiest ones to mentally squash. The secret is to remind yourself of your long-term goals. What goals do you have, right? What is it you're trying to accomplish? It's also really good to look back and reflect on what you have accomplished. Little things like that will help keep you motivated and help keep you from procrastinating. And the last one is just feeling overwhelmed. And this is one that's also really common. And unfortunately for this one, there's not much of a great solution. One tip I have for you is to try to be mindful of those moments. Realize that you are feeling overwhelmed. You're having these negative thoughts. And then you can try to squash them by telling yourself, hey, I'm going to stop having these thoughts. I'm going to stop feeling overwhelmed. Everything is okay. You could take a deep breath and then you can go on and accomplish your goals. However, sometimes it's just too much. Sometimes you can't do that. You just don't have the strength or the energy. So sometimes you got to take a break. And in cases like that, I do think it's sometimes better to take a break than to push forward and have an unproductive study session. Set small goals. By setting small goals, you have goals that are more manageable, goals you can actually achieve. One of the big causes of procrastination is, again, fear of failure. And one of the reasons people fail is because they set goals that are a little bit too big. You want to set smaller goals that are manageable. For example, let's say you want to study and learn some basic algebra. Maybe you want to study for less than an hour, but more than half an hour. So you choose 45 minutes. That's your goal. That's a manageable goal. It's only 45 minutes of your day. That doesn't take a lot of time. And that's going to help squash procrastination because you can tell yourself it's only 45 minutes, right? And after those 45 minutes, you have the rest of the day to do whatever it is you want to do or whatever it is you have to do. And you've already made a huge accomplishment and you've squashed procrastination. Creating a schedule is huge. And if you're a person that's very good at planning, this is one you're going to love. However, I do have a warning for you. Create a schedule that is manageable, right? Don't overdo it. I know a lot of us are over planners and will plan out like a really crazy list of things we have to do and times we have to do them at. But you want to keep it simple, okay? Keep it simple. Keep it manageable. You want small goals that you can accomplish on a daily basis, and that will keep you doing what you're trying to do, and that'll help you squash that procrastination. A really simple way to create a schedule without a spreadsheet, without any major planning, is think about what time in the day do you have free? And if you don't have any time in your day that you have free, then try to create time in your day that you have free so that you can use that to study or do whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. And then do it at that time, right? You want to pick a time that is convenient for you. For example, if you work best in the morning, like I do, then that's when you want to be your most productive, right? You want to get up and you want to work on that math. You want to apply for those jobs or whatever it is you're trying to accomplish in your life. Remember, you can do it, right? And you can kill this procrastination. Staying accountable. This is huge. And the easiest way to stay accountable, and this is probably not the answer you want to hear, but this is the easiest way, and it's the truth, is to find a study partner. Because if you have a study partner that's going to study with you and you're going somewhere to study with them, then you can't let them down because you told them they'd be there. It's kind of like having a gym buddy. You know, if you're both going to be there at 11 a.m. to work out, you don't want to let them down, right? You want to be there for your friend. Same thing with your study buddy. And I realize that this is not possible for a lot of people. Maybe you don't have any friends, right? Maybe you don't. So what do you do in a situation like that? Well, you just have to hold yourself accountable. And again, that's hard to do. That's why I keep saying you want to have these small, manageable goals. You can defeat procrastination, honestly, if you just follow that first step of setting these small goals. That is such a huge, life-changing thing to do. Celebrating your success is one that many people don't do, and it's one that I honestly have started to do a little bit more. This is probably the one I was worst at, but when you start celebrating your successes, it makes you feel better about what you've accomplished. You know, if you study for 30 minutes today, celebrate that success. Say, hey, I studied for 30 minutes. I learned a lot of mathematics. Now I should, go have a little bit of fun. So reward yourself for accomplishing those tasks, right? Maybe you like ice cream. I know ice cream might not be, the best food for you, but try to find something that you can use to reward yourself for sticking to your plan, for sticking to your goals. And that's going to help you squash procrastination because if you study for your 1-hour session on Wednesday, then you can have some pizza or you're going to go play some video games. Whatever it is you do for fun, make sure to incorporate that into your daily life. Procrastination is a tough one. It really is. We all suffer from it, and I remember struggling my entire college career with it, and I did get better at it, but it's tough. Hopefully these tips can help you, and if you have any advice for anyone watching this video, please leave a comment below. People read the comments, and so when you leave positive, constructive comments, it helps other people. It helps them a lot. I want to end this video with one more comment on procrastination. Let's say you watch this video and you try it and none of these things work. You just can't get yourself to do it. Well, take a break, right? Sometimes we have to take a break, and that's the best route. So if you feel like you've tried all of these things, you've watched this video, you've tried these steps, and you can't do it, just tell yourself it's okay to take a break and come back tomorrow. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Good luck, and go out there and stop procrastinating.